Welcome to the Startup Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, the host of the show, where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Semmelweis Reflex is a cognitive bias defined by Wikipedia as a tendency to reject new evidence that contradicts a paradigm. Some investors reject startups if it goes against conventional wisdom. In the startup world, there are always new technologies, markets, and business models to support them. It takes some effort to learn about these new areas and so can be easily dismissed as not important. To overcome the Semmelweis reflex, investors should bring some level of curiosity to the process. The investor should set aside some time to learn about new markets and technologies. Confronted with a new market or business model, the investor should learn more about it before making a decision. Startups presenting new ideas must make it real to the investor with concrete examples and facts. And startups must bring evidence of how a new business model can work to show validation. The startup world is filled with new technologies and markets, so it's important to remain open-minded in startup investing. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start lesson to today.
Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.